Welcome back, everybody. Here with Just Gaming today. We are going to do part two of How Many Dudes. Really long run. We went through 52 rounds, which was quite a bit in the first part. Um, so we'll just get this kicked off. This is a demo, so I assume I'll be able to continue the run. Let's click there, make sure that happens. It looks like everything's working, so that's good. You never know with demos. Sometimes things go awry, but this demo has been very, very solid. I haven't seen any issues so far, so hopefully that continues that way. So we left off around 52. We're kind of building a necro undead. We've got three undeads and two fantasies going. The clerics and the paladins have been really nice. The paladins are absorbing damage, and the clerics are healing. The ghost dudes are ridiculously good tanks. They very rarely die. So they kind of go ethereal and heal themselves and all kinds of cool stuff. We've got a number of items over here that interact with the ghost. You can always kind of look at the items here and figure out what's going on with each of these. Got a ton of money because we did like an investment and then got money back. The investment doubled our money essentially. So here, let's get into a fight here. We've got 3 alpha wolves and 9 wolves, or 368 mallards. I think let's go with the, first off, let's get all of our dudes back up. Yeah, let's fight the mallards. A lot of chaos going on. It looks like my guys are doing okay. My necro dudes are, taking on a bunch of damage, but you saw that big pulse. That was from the clerics. So that is going real well. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. So it goes dude or a cleric dude. I think we're getting another cleric dude. That big pulse is really nice. And we get a free regular dude, so that's cool. All right, so we got one regular dude again. Only 2 guys down. So we'll go with another fight here. We got 3 horses, 5 feral, 3 honey badgers. Or the rats. Let's go with the rats. So again, a lot of health going up and down. The necro dudes aren't very tanky, so they're dying off the fastest. Hopefully we find an item or a relic that'll help with that. So if we can keep these guys alive, everybody else is pretty solid. I mean, the paladins eventually die. But, the Franken dudes are solid. Overall, it seems like a pretty good grouping. We have 10 Franken dudes. Let's get another Franken dude. Regular dude. Your dudes return. Oh, so these are the guys that we had training up. So we get 4 more necro dudes and 2 more Franken dudes. That sounds pretty good. So here we have over 10 guys unconscious. Let's bring them back. So now everybody's ready to rock and roll. So we have 353 rats, or 3 alphas, 5 horses, 10 wolves. I've been fighting the mobs, so let's try this. It's only $80 and we'll fight the lesser fight. See how that goes. We do have a meteor to use. We can transport people around, but it looks like this fight's going pretty well. So we did lose 1 necro dude. Everybody else is solid. Paladin dude and a ghost dude. Honestly, I think we're going to go with ghost dudes. I was trying to build the paladin dudes up, but we have more ghost items. Regular dude. Dude juice is always good. So we buy dude juice here. Health potions I'm not really sold on. They work, but they don't work great, I guess. At least from what I've seen. Probably worth $50, but so we have lots of money. So Cosmic Geode gives reduces the merchant cost of meteors by 50%. The meteor's radius increased by 60%, and it deals 100% increased damage. That's pretty cool. But it's for 1 item, so we have to have a lot of meteors. Now, this is a clerical error. The cleric's divine pulse now also deals damage to an enemy equal to 50% of the cleric dude's DPS, preferring enemies with low health. I do like that. So let's buy that. I'm going to skip the geode, but we're going to get this dude juice for sure. Let's see. The Hammer of Smite is a paladin weapon, and this is Necrodudes. Okay, so let's look at the paladin. When a paladin dude's blessing target takes damage, the paladin dude has a 10% chance to smite the target, stunning it and dealing damage equal to its DPS. Well, I only have 3 paladin dudes, so I think we're gonna do this Necrodudicon. Summon skeletons faster. We have 1213, so let's restock, get another dad juice. I think I have enough for that. Yep. Definitely get a bottle lightning. I really like those. So Mirror Scooper, when a Necrodude takes fatal damage, he sacrifices a Skeledude to heal himself for 100% of the Skeledude's max HP. Necrodude can do this once every 5 seconds. That's pretty cool because that helps us survive. We were talking about trying to get our Necrodudes more survivable. Dudes gain 1% max HP for every dude of the same family on your team. That's also a survival tactic for the Necrodudes because I've got 24 of them. But let's get this Marrow Scooper. I like that better at this point. So we have 385. I'm gonna do one more restock and get a dude juice. And we have lucked out and got a bottle of lightning as well. So we'll stop there, keep $160. We have only one guy down. Now, so far, no goats since we've gone through this 50, since we came back to this part 2. 3 horse-sized ducks, 4 alpha wolves, and 8 ferals. Let's go ahead with that and see how this goes. I'll keep my finger on the lightning bottle here. Looks like we're taking out the hogs pretty quick. We have 1 Necrodude down and 1 cleric down. Not too bad. I think we're semi-safe. Get that last feral hog out. Get this wolf dead. We did lose a regular dude too. We can lose all the regular dudes. I don't care. The Franken dudes are definitely getting pumped up by all these Skeledudes that are dead there. So being able to summon more Skeledudes as we go along is really, really good. So let's claim that. Paladin Ghost. I'm going to keep going with the ghosts. I really like the ghosts. They just don't die, or very rarely. It takes a lot to kill them. So 3 Salons, 3 Gorillas. Let's go with the big fight and see how that goes. So definitely you see these bursts of damage over here, but not too bad. We lost a Necrodude. We see that Cleric Pulse. So Clerics, when they die, they get those big pulses and try and pump everybody else up. So that's a really good thing. And now it does damage when it does that too. So not too bad there. Claim reward. Franken dude, we have 13 and we have 11 clerics. I'm going to get another cleric here. Try and keep that somewhat balanced. We have 6 dudes that are down, 1 unicorn, 19 rams, or 73 rats, the dog-sized rats. I'm going to stay away from the goats. I'm just going to make that a promise, a tactic during this run. The goats tear this group up for some reason, at least early on. It's probably better now, but I'm just going to stick with that theme for this run. It seems to help. We're at round 57. I think that's fairly good. Ghost dude, cleric dude. Let's grab another cleric dude. So Necrodudes, the Franken dudes and the clerics are good. We got a regular dude wandering, so another free dude. So now we have 4 regular dudes, which is nice. If that trainer, I assume the trainer's going to come by on a routine basis. Let's see, 50. Okay, so we can take a look. So fight stuff, earn cash. Business dudes. So the business dude's going to make us another investment. And then we got a boss encounter. So the investment will be nice because we do have quite a few dude juices. We don't really need to do a lot with those. With 6 guys down, I think I am just going to go with what we have. So 3 stallions and 4 gorillas or 410 rats. Let's do the stallions just because we've got that investment coming up and hopefully we'll have, about 1,000 we can give them. This seems to be going okay. So we have 4, 3, 1, 3, 2. Yeah, I mean, we are definitely losing some dudes, but nothing that dude juice won't take care of. I don't think we have much more than 10 loss there. So 236, Frankendude, Ghost Dude. I'm going to go with Frankendude on this one. Let's do the baller investment. So with this, if you didn't see part one, you can double your investment in 13 rounds. So in 13 rounds from now, we're in round what, 60 or something? We're on 59. So I think around 72 or 73, we'll get this investment doubled. So let's invest everything. 3 stallions. We just fought this fight essentially, but with gorillas. Um, let's do this again. So we have 2 dudes that are still unconscious. That's okay. So here, let's see if our full complement can help out. We did lose a paladin, a ghost, and 2 regular dudes, but 2 of these, several of these dudes were already unconscious. Now here's where I'm talking about. So we have a total of 70 of these skeledudes, and you see all of these unconscious dudes. They all give tons and tons and tons of hit points and damage to the Franken dudes. So I think the Franken dudes are, even though the ghosts are very resilient, the Franken dudes are super resilient once you get those unconscious folks, kind of piling up there. So let's see. I'm gonna get another cleric dude. So we have a dude juice. We have enough for a dude juice. So we have 237 after that fight. So I think I'm gonna get a dude juice and then restock and get 1 more dude juice. Having these stacks of dude juices really help. It's like 7 guys are down. I'm gonna use one. This is round 60. It is a boss encounter. So we have 5 alpha wolves and 51 wolves. That's a lot of wolves. So enemies have a 20% chance to ignore taunts. Let's fight that. All right, that is a lot of wolves. I think I'm going to go ahead and blast them with a bottle of lightning and see if we can just help take some down. And since this is a boss encounter, let's hit this one with a meteor. We are losing Franken dudes. I don't like that. So we have 12 of the wolves left. I think we're okay now. All right. Reward. So here we got Necro Dude and Cleric Dude. So I have 14 Cleric Dudes and 24 Necro Dudes. The Necro Dudes are just going to constantly kind of summon the Skeledudes, which really help the Franken Dudes. Cleric Dudes keep everybody alive. So they're both very useful. I think I'm going to just grab another Cleric Dude here. Another regular dude. So here, we finally get a Relic Stash again. So Ghost, we've seen this one before. I'm not too sold on this one yet. Jaw Implant. When Frankendude takes fatal damage, he simply eats a smaller dude to restore himself to full health and gain 20% toughness for 10 seconds. He'll try to eat less useful dudes and cannot eat another dude for 10 seconds. I like this better than Lint Roller. Also, everybody gains 10% damage is really nice too. Frankendudes aren't dying all that often. This seems really, really good though, because they're just going to eat the regular dudes, I believe. So we'd have every regular dude dead here, and our Franken dudes would be alive. So let's go with this. Kind of play off the Franken dudes some more. So we have 8 guys down. I am going to use a dude juice there. Okay, so dog size rats or alpha dogs. Let's do the rats. We fought like 71 of these before. Let's see how this goes. If we can keep these Franken dudes alive. So it looks like we're doing pretty good. We did lose 2 Necro dudes, and a paladin is still down. Really wish there was a way, maybe at some point during the run you can replace somebody. I'd really replace this paladin with zombies. I'd really like to see that kind of build come together. Cleric dude and ghost. Let's kind of keep these similar. So no goats. I'm going to go with the unicorn and the Canada gooses. We have 4 guys down. I think that's okay. Let's see how this goes. Canada gooses are rough, but not as rough as the geese, or the goats. I assume this unicorn will trample around once he gets to a certain health. So he has definitely taken our necro dudes down. We got quite a few down now. And actually more than a few ghosts are down too. Wow, 4 ghosts down. I haven't really seen that quite often in this run so far. Frankendude, Necrodude. Another Necrodude is good. That's a tough decision there. So now we have over 10. I am going to use the dude juice. With 7 guys down. So we have all of our Frankendudes. The regular dudes are 2 of them. We'll just keep those as is for the moment. Unicorn, 13 wolves, or the rats. Let's fight the rats. Maybe this will be a little easier bit of a fight here. Hopefully. Get an easy one. Maybe only lose enough to get us to the 10 mark, but I don't think we're going to lose anybody. So the dog-sized rats seem like something that we can just destroy. Cleric dude, Frankendude. Let's take a Frankendude this time. So duck-sized horses, or we've definitely fought this before. 876 horses. Let's go with the horses and see. That's a large amount. I'm going to use the bottle lightning on this, just so many. I'm going to take some of them out. I guess I really didn't need to, but you know, there's so many I'm afraid they get the upper hand, but that looks like a pretty easy fight actually, for the most part. Let's see how many are dead. Yeah, we're good. So Ghost Dude, Frankendude. Let's go with another Frankendude. Try and build these guys up some. Another free regular dude. Get a dude juice here. Brain in a jar. When a dude takes damage, it reduces hit points to 0. All Frankendudes taunt up to 4 enemies for 4 seconds. That's pretty good, especially later in the fight when they're all super pumped up. Rage Bait. When a dude takes damage that drops his health below 30%, he gains 100% cleave for 3 seconds. Strange Force. Let's get the brain in the jar. That excludes me from this other item here. So let's restock, get another dude juice. Burner phone, I'm not too interested in. I'm going to restock one more time, get another dude juice. And again, I'm not too interested there. So let's go here. We have 9 dudes out. Let's get everybody back and humming again. So geese or the unicorn and the rats. Let's go with the unicorn and the rats. The rats should go away pretty quickly, I hope. Yeah, just 2 regular dudes and 2 necro dudes down. So now just the unicorn left. The rats are definitely our wheelhouse. We seem to be able to get those dead pretty quickly. This unicorn does mess some folks up. You know, he runs around knocking things down and he killed several people. He gets through the ghosts somehow. Maybe it's just because he does maybe all the damage to kill them at once or something. I'm not sure, but he definitely knocks ghosts out. Paladin or cleric? I'm not really sold on a paladin too much, but let's see if we can get these up to maybe 5 paladins and see how that goes. Got 9 dudes down. Let's use the dude juice. So a bunch of geese or this mixture. Let's do the geese and get the higher amount of money. We're about, what, 6 or 7 rounds away from, wow, look at the Frankendudes just getting pummeled. These geese, oh, it's because of that taunting, I think. I added that taunting to them, so they're taking more damage now. Huh. Interesting. Well, they're keeping our necrodudes alive, so that's good. All right, well, that being the case, let's grab another Frankendude. 3 regular dude. We've got 3 guys down. I'm okay with that. We fought this before. We have not fought. Now they can ignore taunts, so maybe that'll help our Frankendude survive a little bit. They're going down pretty quickly. I do like this game. It seems to take a little long, you know, in that, but I'm not opposed to that. I know some people like quick, but these fights are kind of cool to watch. And if they add more, I think it's lacking variety. I would like to see more dude choices, and maybe a meta progression where you can kind of focus on certain dudes or whatnot. these cards and whatnot are good, these relics, but maybe something that helps drive builds. Like maybe you can eliminate a certain type of dude earlier on so you see certain dudes more often. I think that'd be pretty cool. So if 8 guys down, I think they're mostly, mostly ghosts. So let's go ahead and resurrect them. Dog-sized rats are the mallards. Dog-sized rats are an easier fight, so let's see if we can kind of stay positive with that. Now they are getting into our Frankendudes a lot more with these taunts, so that's interesting. But the Frankendudes get better and better as the fight goes on, so if they can survive that initial onslaught, it looks like it's pretty good. Yeah, no one died from that. Very nice. Let's claim our reward here. Let's get another Frankendude or Cleric. Let's get a Frankendude. Let's get up to like 20 of those if we can. All right, so the Dude Whisperer rise. So we're going to lose all 8 of our regular dudes here. But what do we want to do? We've got enough money to train them all, I believe. These are all 3 great selections. So let's split it a little bit. So 3 Necro Dudes gets us to 28. Let's get 1 Ghost Dude and the rest in Frankendudes. And then dismiss him. So now our regular dudes are being trained. They come back in a few rounds. Let's fight this. Ooh, stallions and horses. I'm going to stay away from this one. Unless there's goats. No goats over here, so let's fight this fight. Just having all those horses running around at the end really seem to cause havoc. This one's not as bad, I hope. Looks like we're doing pretty good so far. Yeah, so not generating as many Skeledudes in this one, but that's okay. Generate enough to keep the Frankendudes alive. So that was number 69. Necro Dude, Cleric Dude. Let's snag a Cleric Dude here because we have more Necro Dudes coming from the training. Let's get this Dude Juice. Meteor. Let's see, do I want to restock? Yeah. Grab a Dude Juice. Do I want to restock one more time? Let's do that. Another Dude Juice there. Get the Bottle of Lightning, that's always good. And let's do, I think dismiss, yeah. Everybody's alive, that's good. The geese, 3 big bees and 6 alphas. The big bees are really nasty. Cannot be targeted by cleave attacks. So you have to, every single thing needs to individually hit them. Let's go with the geese. It's a bigger fight, but let's go with it. Maybe I'll use the Bottle of Lightning on this one because it is a bigger one. It just damages a bunch of them. It didn't kill anybody. These Frankendudes are about ready to die here. Hopefully they can stay alive here. So 2 of the Frankendudes bit it, but now we've got, 7 of the Skeledudes dead, so they help pump up the Frankendudes. Not too bad. Claim reward, so we got Paladin Dude. I did want to get one more Paladin, so we have 5. Cleric Dude gains so relics again. So Cleric Dude gains 30% increased damage, and his Divine Pulse healing is increased by 5% per dude within the radius of the pulse. Seems really good. I'm not really interested in pumping the Paladins up because I don't have many of them. So let's take the, I'm not going to read through these, but let's take the Cleric Dude. Maybe we'll try a Paladin run where we're getting more Paladins. But we only have 5 right now, so I'm not interested in pumping them up too much. So let's do the big fight or the horde fight. Let's do the big fight. We only have 2 guys down, so let's see how this goes. Looks like the horde fight, the Frankendudes get threatened all at once, and then as the Skeledudes die, it pumps up the Frankendudes enough so they can survive. Here we're fighting elite guys, so they're targeting things individually. So 5 guys died. We had 2 already dead. So really we lost 3 there. That's pretty good. So I'm going to steer clear of the paladin dudes for a while, and let's just go ghost here. So we get our money that we invested back. This is round 72. So yeah, we were thinking 72 or 73. Okay, so we got a lot of money. We're flush with cash now. Now we've got fight stuff to earn cash, train dudes return, merchant, fight, 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 and then business suit again, and then a boss encounter. So let's get through this. 87 rams or the bees and the stallions and horses. I'm not fighting goats, so this is what we're fighting. See how this goes. Now these bees, they are nasty. Hopefully we can get by these without too many things dying. I'm going to try and get, maybe hit this group here. Excuse me, get a little bit of an upper hand with the meteor there. I'm still not sold on this burner phone at all. You can target a group and have them come over here, and then the monster has to kind of trail over here from what I've seen before. Not sure it's really worth it. So that went really well. Claim that. So Frankendudes, I'm just going to keep pumping these guys. I do like the Frankendudes quite a bit. So a bunch of geese or unicorn and rams are fighting the geese. Gonna steer clear of the goats. Man, Frankendudes are tenuously staying alive there. Now they're building back up. Okay, so you see with the hordes, they definitely take a lot of damage, but they're able to sustain, which is good. Let's grab a Necrodude. So here, dudes return. We get 3 more Necrodudes, 1 more Ghost, and 4 more Frankendudes. So we're getting quite the horde here. We got 5 dudes unconscious. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's fight the geese. See how this goes. Doesn't look too bad unless they overwhelm the Frankendudes there. I don't really have anything that I can do other than transport a few around and get them healed up a little bit. It does give them temporary hit points, but it looks like we're building up enough now to survive. Yeah, we got to that critical mass. Nice. So I'm going to keep pumping the Frankendudes. So here we're going to get a dude juice. I'm not going to buy another burner from, but let's look at Living Hand. 4 Skeledudes appear to assist you at the start of each round. That's pretty cool. Target of a Paladin dude's blessing gains 20% increased damage and 30% increased run speed. I don't have enough Paladins, so I'm going to go with that one. Let's restock by dude juice. Fresh sheets. We haven't seen this one yet, I don't think. Ghost dudes gain 10% evasion, evading a direct attack, causing them to go ethereal. Padded helmet. When a dude gets thrown, he gains 100% run speed, 30% attack speed, and a temp health equal to 10% of his maximum health for 4 seconds. That's kind of cool. I think I want to get this fresh sheets because we do have a fair amount of ghosts. And then let's restock. Let's buy the dude juice. Let's buy the meteor. Now, this gravestone is probably for skeledudes. When a dude gets knocked out, there's a 20% chance for a skeleton to emerge as a skeledude. Continue fighting for the rest of the round. That's kind of cool. When a dude takes damage, drops his health below 30%, he gains that cleave. Let's get the gravestone. Just keep getting into that cycle there. Let's restock again, get another dude juice, get another meteor. I'm not going to read through these, but let's see. We got 2 dudes down. We're good to go. So 80 honey badgers. Let's fight that. We haven't fought a lot of honey badgers. Let's see how that goes. I do like the core concept of this game. You know, I think it needs more variety on the animals that you fight. I think these are fine for, especially for a demo. I have to imagine they have lions and, you know, elephants and stuff, you know, at some point in time. But, you know, the variety right now is rather limited from what I've seen. But it's still pretty interesting. So I took another Franken dude. We've got 2 dudes down still. Unicorn rams or goats. So here we have to fight the goats. Let's fight this smaller one. See how that goes. So maybe we finally got past the goat curse. So this is looking fairly decent. This unicorn might kill somebody off. It looks like we had 2 guys down at the start of this and we only lost 2 more. I'm good with that. Let's take another Frankendude. Let's keep building this Frankenstein army we got here. We almost have as many Frankendudes as our Necrodudes now. That's kind of cool. Let's fight the geese. There's a lot of them. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe just nail a meteor here. Let's see. I'm afraid of all these Frankendudes dying, but it looks like they're able to kind of sustain. And they're not sustaining by eating, they got that extra relic about the eating. It doesn't look like they're doing that. Unless they're eating the Skeledudes, that's something to consider. That's probably who they're eating. Yeah, they're probably eating the Skeledudes. So 4 down, we're good there. Let's fight the geese. We've already done this fight before. So let's watch that. So as I get down, yeah, I think they're actually eating these Skeledudes when they get down and look to die here. So they only die if they actually like get knocked unconscious like twice within that 10-second period. So that's a cool little loop to feed off of. Necrodude, Cleric Dude. Let's get another Necrodude, get that up to 30. We get a pocket dice for free. Let's do the full investment. Yeah, pretty good for us. Let's fight. I don't know about 491 goats. Let's fight this one. These bees really, like I did a practice run before this whole part 1 and part 2 that I'm running here on the video. And the bees ended up being the group that killed my practice run. The bees were just nasty. So I assume they were just these bees that I'm fighting now, but this setup is much better. I have way more dudes here. So Ghost Dude, Paladin Dude, we're going to go with Ghost Dudes. I wish I could kind of trade the Paladins out, honestly. Let's buy the Dude Juice. Dismiss. We're on our way. We've got 1 guy down, so I'm good with that. So now this is a 14 silverbacks. Your dudes started apart from each other, so the separator, it is a boss round. Let's go ahead and fight. Let's do a meteor right at the start and see if we can get a number of these guys just kind of, yeah, let's do it here and see if we can get these guys kind of on their ground. Now the separator is not great for us because essentially you want to concentrate your damage here. Now it does have this, it seems like there's a lot of people on here, so it looks like our FPS is taking a hit here. Now this, I think they're going to plan for it to go faster as well, but right now you can only go either slower or regular speed. So I would speed it up if I could, but you can't. See, these Frankendudes are going to be massive. We've almost got 80 extra Skeledudes down. So we're not losing this. There's no way. Just so many skeleton dudes laying on the ground unconscious. We did have a lot of Necrodudes pass, but we can get them back. Let's get our Necrodude. We get a relic, so that's good. It's sort of combat dude type at the end of your roster, taunts up to 5 random enemies. We're already taunting with our Frankenstein, Frankendude, so I'm not going to worry about that. Paladin dude takes direct damage, direct fatal damage. He fully heals, and all Paladin dudes gain a stacking 10% damage and cleave for the rest of the round. This is a 10-second cooldown per Paladin dude. That, even with 5 Paladins, that might be okay. Consumables using ban of 30% of not being consumed. Let's reroll. I'm not sure I like any of those. Skeledudes gain 50% max HP and Necrodudes gain 30% max HP. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we have a fair bit of dudes out cold. So let's use our dude juices. We had over 30 out cold. So we'll keep the 6 that are here out. Now, do we fight the horde of mallards or this group here? I think this group here. Let's see how this goes. Now, I'm also not sure as we go up in the rounds if these animals are like leveling up or anything. I don't see levels displayed or anything, but maybe these animals are tougher in the later rounds here. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to tell because now you can turn the numbers on. I think that would be really, really busy screen. So I haven't done that. And it doesn't start with that turned on in default. So I'm trying to keep things as comes out of the box, right? So we get some free stuff here. Now we've got 10 dudes out, so let's get them back. Rams and the stallions and gorillas. Let's fight this one, see if we get some more money. So our dudes are doing okay. We did lose a Franken dude. If we get to round 100, I might break this up again because this run is definitely taking long. So we got to 52 before. It just takes so long for the battle scene to take place, and there's a lot of clicking in between. So I'm trying to go through as fast as I can here. Let's fight the bigger fight again. See, we don't have too many dudes unconscious, so hopefully we can make it here pretty well. Definitely building our Franken dudes up already. I see the FPS starting to drop a little bit here. So we're getting to the point where we have such a mass amount of people in our army. It seems to be affecting the performance a little bit. Not terribly. It's still going okay, but you see little stutters and whatnot. So 2 dudes left here, or 2 animals left. But we're doing okay. Some of our necro dudes have dropped, and some of our ghosts too. Those unicorns and the larger creatures tend to kill the ghosts a little more. Let's get another Franken dude. I am going to go ahead and revive 10. A polar bear. Let's take a look at the polar bear here. We haven't seen that yet. We just fought this fight essentially with a little bit less creatures, but let's take a look at this polar bear, see what's up. Oh, look at him. He is nasty looking. Got some nasty claws. Polar bears in real life look really nice, but they are very violent creatures. They are going to mess your world up if they get a hold of you. So we messed his world up, so that was good. All right. So here we got a Franken dude, cleric dude. Let's just grab another Franken dude. We get this stuff for free. So we're going to get a dude juice. Pocket dice I'm not concerned about. The cosmic geode we've seen. Padded helmet we've seen. Now here, let's do a restock with the dice and see if that works. Okay, it does. So you can click it and it reworks the selection. So let's get the dude juice and bottle of lighting. I like that. Now here we haven't seen the haunted mirror. So when a ghost dude goes ethereal, he swaps HP with the lowest HP dude that is not a summon or ghost dude. Upon reincorporating, he heals for 15% of his max health. It's kind of interesting. You could save some people like that. Thoughts and prayers. Any dude healed by Divine Pulse will gain 1% increased evasion and receive 5% increased healing from any cleric dude's Divine Pulse for 4 seconds. And it stacks. We do have quite a few ghost dudes, so let's get this one. Try it out. We've got our ghost dude fairly stacked with items up here, so let's just keep working that. So here I can do a restock for 25, get another dude juice. I'm going to restock one more time, get another dude juice. I think the dude juice is essentially the driver here, being able to just make sure your army is kind of at full strength seems to be pretty good. So let's dismiss that. Rams or the rats. Let's fight the mass amount of rats. We've killed these off easily in the past, so it looks like this is going okay. Oh man, look at this. It just took a bit to get through that. Yeah, we looks like we reached critical mass now. It looks scary. It looked like they were going to take out a bunch of Franken dudes, but it looked like we made it through that. So we go through. Let's get another necro dude here. So polar bear, horses, or stallions and horse ducks. Let's fight the ducks and the horses. The mass of stallions are really pretty nasty. These guys are pretty nasty too. These big ducks end up throwing your guys around, kind of stunning them and stuff. So they're not as easy either. But the fight's going okay. I mean, it looks like we've only lost a few guys. They again got the ghosts again. These horses and unicorns and stuff end up trampling those ghosts. So let's grab another ghost over a paladin. Honey badgers. We got 4 guys down. Let's fight the honey badgers. See how this goes. All right, I'm going to use the lightning and just try and kill some of them off. Looks like they're going to hit a couple of my Franken dudes. think the Frankendudes again are eating these skeletons, so they're staying alive that way. But if they get hit twice in 10 seconds, then they end up, you know, being knocked unconscious. So I think that was a pretty good use of the lightning, just to kind of give us a little upper advantage there. I'm just gonna keep going with the Frankendudes here. So now let's fight 360 of these dog-sized rats. I think that's about where we were at last time with this number. I think we were around 340 something. So these Frankendudes are just getting pummeled with the taunts. But now we're starting to, reduce the rats quite a bit. So I think we reached a critical mass there. Good. All right, that was pretty smooth. Claim. Frankendude again. Regular dude. Now we've got 5 dudes down. So again, not bad. So we have 2 regular dudes to train. Let's do 2 clerics. So now we fight 5 silverbacks and 7 big bees, or the unicorns and horse-sized ducks. Let's do this fight and see how this goes. The bees are really nasty, so I'm hoping they don't kill off a bunch of my Frankendudes. They're already killing them off, so I'm wondering if I should. I'm going to use the lightning here and see if I can help take off some bees. Yeah, so 2 bees and 1 silverback dead. The silverbacks are dying here, so now we just got to go after the bees. You would normally think the silverbacks are going to be, the problem to remove, but it's really the bees are quite nasty. Let's grab another Necrodude. Just more skeletons going around is good. So dude juice, burner phone. Let's check out the latte. That's the health potion one. All dudes gain 10% HP. Yes, that is excellent. Let's do restock. Grab dude juice. Restock dude juice. One more restock dude juice. And let's buy this meteor. Dismiss. We've got over 10 dudes down. Let's get that. So it looks like we got our full army up and ready to rock and roll. Polar bear and 38 wolves for about 100 extra bucks. Sure, we'll probably have to have a dude juice after this, but let's see. Let's see how we do. So we've got about 10 skeledudes. Yeah, 10 skeledudes unconscious now. Once you get that mass of skeledudes unconscious, it really helps the Frankendudes quite a bit. And you can see they just, nothing died there. So that was really good. I think, yeah, nothing died. So that's awesome. So here I'm going to get a cleric dude. Okay, ghost dudes gain 30% increased damage and max HP. That's really nice. Captain's hat, the dude type at the top of your roster gains 30% damage. And it's paladin. Let's do the ghost again. I don't see any of these repeating, which is cool. I don't know if they can, but I don't see any repetition of relics here, so that's kind of cool. Let's see. So we don't have any guys down. Honey badgers. We fought this fight before with less honey badgers, but let's see if we can just get this one going. Hopefully things kind of stick around. Yeah, I mean, so far looks okay. Looks like we lost 1 Frankendude. For that many honey badgers, that is not bad. That's almost 150 honey badgers. Let's do a Necrodude, get some more Skeledudes going. Dude juice for free. I love that. Okay, so here was our investment. Paid off really nicely. Now we're really flush with cash. So, yeah, 762 goats. I think we're going to fight the polar bear and the feral hogs. We have 2 guys down, so let's do this fight. I think we're going to have a part 3 of this demo because this seems to be going pretty good unless I just get hammered by something. We'll see. I got 8 more rounds, and I assume round 100 is going to be a big boss fight. Okay, let's claim that reward. So let's do another Frankendude. Just, it seems to be working pretty well. Just have tons of Frankendudes. Still 2 guys out. I don't think we lost anybody. So here, wolves or honey badgers. Let's do honey badgers again. We just fought more honey badgers than that and didn't lose a single guy. So let's do that just for, we're really flush with cash, so we don't need to like be real risky about it. Yeah, I'm really, I also want this 2 times speed, I know it eliminates your chances to use the items effectively, but sometimes you're just overpowering stuff. You just want to speed it up. So I imagine that will be in the real game. So to get 2 cleric dudes back from training. I'm going to go with this one. Again, flush with cash, easier battle. Maybe won't lose as many guys. We have tons of dude juice, so I'm not too opposed to losing a bunch of guys. Even if we've lost 30 dudes, we can just get them back. Again, this is a pre-alpha demo, so there may be a bunch of balance issues. Maybe the army just gets to a point where you can sustain for a very, very long time. I'm not sure. Let's do another ghost dude. Let's get 20 ghost dudes here. So dad juice. Emergency ring. When a dude takes fatal damage, he has a 15% chance to survive with 1 HP and become invisible for 3 seconds. That's pretty cool because that's every dude. Let's do that. Captain's hat. Dude type at the top of the roster gains 30% damage. Not too keen on that one, but let's restock, get a dude juice again, get a meteor. Ancient sword, I don't know if we've seen that. Maybe we have. Whenever a dude taunts an enemy, there's a 2% chance for the taunt to pierce into the underworld, summoning a skeleton into the battle. This occurs once per second. That seems really good. So let's buy that. This cosmic geo keeps coming by. So we must be low on amount of things we can see, but we're still seeing new things. Let's get the dude juice. We still have a lot of cash. Death rattle. All dudes gain 2% damage per unconscious dude. Yes, we need higher damage, so that's perfect. Knuckle bones. When your dudes are hit by an enemy's cleave attack, they have 25% chance to curse the attacker, reducing its cleave damage by 25%. I don't like that one too much. Let's get another dude juice. Smelling salts. Dudes who get knocked out during a fight have a 15% chance to instantly recover with 40% HP. Seems really good. Loyalty card. The first restock of the merchant dude shop is free each time he appears. Let's do this and this. Let's just stock up on relics. Let's just get them all. So 279. I can restock one more time, get another dude juice. So we have 25 dude juices. So I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to be able to crush face here. The boss is at 100. So let's try that. Maybe the boss at 100 is just so hard that you're not going to get through. I don't know. And the bosses don't seem to be bosses, at least at the moment. So far, the bosses were just bigger groups of these animals. So we seem to be handling these geese okay. It looks like maybe we lost a Frankendude, but that Frankendude might have been down already. All right, let's get the cleric dudes to 20. We do have one Frankendude and one ghost down, it looks like. Okay, 3 polar bears and 4 unicorns are all these guys. Let's test this. It's a lot of polar bears and stuff going on. So let's see how this goes. So you see way more skeletons are dying with these big elites. So I think what's happening is these Frankendudes are dying and eating these skeledudes, and these bigger dudes are just outright killing skeledudes. But now our Frankendudes are probably pretty stacked. Yeah, we've got like almost 50 unconscious folks, so that's a lot. Yeah. Necrodude, ghost dude. Let's get some more skeledudes out with the necrodudes. 160 wolves. Let's fight these guys. See how this big wolf battle goes. Now these wolves have significant amounts of hit points, so you can see they're not dying very quickly. So I'm gonna kind of try and bust some of them up, I think. I don't think we're in danger here, but it's a lot of wolves. If you fight the wolves individually, especially in the beginning, you see they have health bars, large health bars. So I think they're a little harder to kill. You see how long it took us to get past that first wave, and then it started dropping a little better. Now they're under control. And again, I don't know if I need to use that meteor, but I have some, so it seemed like it was okay. Clark dude, let's just keep pushing Necro dude here. So it looks like we have 4 dudes out, so 4 unicorns or the 6 silverbacks. Let's do the polar bear and alpha wolves. I'm not even sure if we probably fought a single alpha wolf somewhere along the line, but I'm not sure we've actually fought multiples. Let's see how this goes. I expect to definitely lose some guys here, but looks like we're not doing too bad. The wolves are going down pretty quickly. Yeah, once we start piling on to this polar bear, it's going to go down. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Keep going with the necro dudes. I wish we got offered some more Franken dudes, but they seem to be not showing up in the moment. We just did this one essentially, but with the wolves. So let's fight the feral hogs, see if we can get some extra money out of this one. So this is round 99. Next round is the boss. I mean, this is going very, very well. So this ghost Franken dude, cleric, necro dude stuff is really good. It could be even stronger if these paladins weren't around. The paladins are just kind of losers in this configuration. I'm not saying paladins aren't good. They're just not good with what we have going on. Let's get the Franken dude again. Let's get dude juice. Mobius strip. And I do use consumables, so maybe this one's a good one to get, but I'm not super convinced about it. The restock's free, so let's grab a dude juice. Bony Boneyard. I think we've seen this one before. Skeledudes gain 20% toughness and taunt for up to 4 nearby enemies to attack them for 4 seconds when they are summoned. Let's grab that, because I want Skeledudes to die, so having them being able to taunt is pretty good. Let's do one more restock and get a dude juice. Another restock, get a dude juice, and get a bottled lightning. Dismiss, and we only have one guy out, so 13 polar bears. Dudes take damage for 1% of their max HP every second. Oh boy. So I think I'm just going to try and burn some stuff in the beginning. I'm definitely going to use these. I don't think it's going to do much because 13 polar bears, but let's go ahead and use it. Let's see if we can knock some of these polar bears down with a meteor first. Then let's do some damage with the bottled lightning. I only hit one. It did kill it though. That's good. Okay. I'm going to use this just again because it's definitely killing off my necro dudes, and we have still quite a few polar bears left. Let's go over here and move. There's a lot of guys over here fighting this polar bear, so that's good. Maybe let's move these guys up here so we've got more polar bears fighting them. I don't know. They get temporary hit points when you do that. So let's do these guys here. Let's move them all over here and give them some temporary hit points. Yeah, see, it says purple is their temporary hit points, which is good. So I think we're going to do okay with this. That just toxic gas thing was worrying me a bit, but it seems like our groups are handling it. Probably the clerics and the temporary hit points and all this stuff is helping quite a bit. Excellent. So we did make it through round 100. Big reward there. We get a Franken dude. We get more relics. Okay. Now, something to note here is I don't know if we just haven't been lucky, but we haven't seen these two, this golden shield or this splitting headache yet. So I'm wondering if around 100, maybe some other relics start popping up. So Paladin Dude gains 30% increased max HP and can bless 2 additional dudes. Reduces the merchant cost of burner phone. So that's just another one of these, reduce the cost, make it better. I think I'm going to reroll. I don't necessarily want to pump up the paladins, but, is what it is. Motivational poster. Didn't we get this so far or no? I don't see it. Strange Spores one, and every 3 seconds, any Franken dude with more than 90% health leaks his excess health as healing to any dudes with less than 90% health, evenly splitting among them. Huh. Leaky heart valve. Well, we're in with the Franken dude, so let's go ahead and get that. This 10% damage is really good, but that seems pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and use our dude juice and use it again. So we had to get 19 guys back up, so not terrible. Now, there's something to note here, I'm going to go ahead and pause here and we're going to do a part 3. I wasn't really expecting to get this far in, so I don't know how far this is going to go. It seems like we've amassed a fairly good army here. I do note that we're getting these these special effects that happen to everybody. So all dudes have 50% reduced run speed. So it looks kind of like it's another boss fight. So maybe we're just pure boss fights after level 100. So that'll be pretty interesting to address in the next video. I hope people are liking this. Like, subscribe, dislike, comment. Let me know what I'm doing right or wrong. All the YouTube stuff. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend and prepping well for the holiday season here. Hope it finds everybody well. Thanks, everybody. Take care.